Hello guys, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you all are fine. In today's tutorial, we are going to make chatting application by using Flutter and Firebase. First of all, let me create basic project. Here in main file, let me import material, and our dot program always start with main function. And in main function, first of all, we will call run app. Run app is function inside material package that start our application in Flutter. And here we need to pass a widget. We need to create stateless widget my app. Here we will return material app. Inside this we can give title, for example chatting app, and here theme, for example theme data, color scheme dot from seed. Here color will be, for example orange color, and use material 3 true. First of all, we will create here folder screens, and inside screens, first of all we will create our splash screen, directory, and inside this directory splash screen, and inside this first of all import material stateful widget splash screen, and here return scaffold. Now here inside scaffold body center, here first of all, for example let me show a text splash. This is just for example. And in main function, in main file, in material, here we need to give first screen, our first screen, home constant splash screen. So this is our first screen. When application will start, first of all it will open splash screen. Here you can show application logo on first splash screen. Because we don't have any logo, we can download any example logo. Let me open Chrome browser, and here there is a website freepik.com. Open this website. Here you can download any logo according with your choice. So keep in mind, we are going to download this logo just for educational purpose, just for learning purpose. So when you will publish your app, so you should create your own logo. Here let me type chatting app logo. It will show some logos. You can see chat logo. You can download anyone. Let me download this one just for learning purpose. Click download, free download. Here you can select format JPG. So our logo has been downloaded. Open your download folder, just copy it and paste here. Here inside your root directory of project, create folder assets, and inside assets we will create images, and inside images let me paste my logo, rename it to logo.jpg. Simply here we can use our logo in image.assets, images, logo.jpg. And last step, open pubspec YAML file, and here we need to declare our assets, and here simply give path assets images like this. click pub get. Now we are good to go. We can run our application. Let me try this. So when our application will start, first of all, it will show splash screen, and inside splash screen, it will show image logo. And we can give height or width. Height, for example, 200, like this. Now before running application, let me connect our project with Firebase. I hope you all know how to connect any project with Firebase. First of all, let me open a browser and open Firebase console. And here first of all, let me create project for our application. Name it as chatting app Flutter. Continue. Select account, default account, create project. So it is creating project. Continue. Now our Firebase project has been created. Now simply we can connect our Flutter project with this project. Open Android Studio and open terminal. Here there is a command Flutter Fire configure. So it will show all the projects. So keep in mind, I already logged in my Google account here inside my terminal by using Firebase tools. Now here you can see it is showing all the projects inside my account, Firebase projects. From here I will select my project. Our project name is chatting application. It will show here chatting application. Here you can see it is showing chatting app Flutter. Press enter. So it is asking us about platforms. We want only for Android and iOS. You can see Android and iOS already selected. Press enter. So it is connecting our Flutter project with Firebase. Now our project has been connected with Firebase successfully. Here you can see it generated a file inside lib Firebase options. That is very important file. Now let me show you official documentation of Flutter Fire. There is a website Flutter Fire, and this is official website for Firebase and Flutter. Click get started. It will show everything step by step how to connect with Firebase. So first of all we need to import this package Flutter pub add Firebase core. This is very important package to connect with Firebase. Open terminal and just paste it. Click enter. Successfully added. Let me show second step. So if your command Flutter Fire is not working, then you can see its documentation. Here you can see documentation. Click documentation. It will open documentation how to install Firebase tools in your system. You can see everything step by step here. This is all the documentation. And again let me open this. Now after these steps we need to import these lines into our main function. Just copy and paste here in main function before run app. Here paste. And let me make my main function async function because we are using await keyword. So here we need to import package core that we already added in our project Firebase core, and we need to import this file Firebase options. To remove errors, import Firebase options. You can see Firebase options. No error removed. Now we successfully connected with Firebase. Now let me open a Firebase project. This is our Firebase project. Let me refresh this. Now you can see it is showing two applications, two apps, one for Android and other for iOS. Now it means we are successfully connected with Firebase. Now we want to use different features of our Firebase. Click build, you can see build, and here first of all authentication. We want to use authentication. Authentication means login and sign up. We want to add login sign up feature in our application. That is why for this purpose we will use authentication. Now first of all, when you will open authentication, we need to enable authentication. Click get started. There are different methods for authentication we can use. You can see here email, password, phone, anonymous authentication, Google, Facebook, Play Games, Game Center, Apple, GitHub, Microsoft, Twitter, Yahoo. You can use any method. But in our case, we will use email and password. Click email and password, enable it and save. Now we can use our authentication in our application. For this purpose, there is a package Firebase Auth. Firebase Auth. You can see this is the package we will use in our project. Firebase Auth. Just copy it and open terminal. Write command flutter pub add Firebase Auth. It will add Firebase Auth. By using this package, we can use authentication. Again, open our project. So this was authentication. Now we want to use database. For this purpose, again click build. Here there is a you can see there is option Firestore database. We will use Firestore database. Click this. Now first of all, we need to create database. Click create database. Next, and select test mode. Create. So it is creating a database. Now our database has been created. Now we can store data into our database. Now there is a package to use our database. You can type here Cloud Firestore. There is a package Cloud Firestore Flutter. Here you can see Cloud Firestore. We can use this package. Just copy it and here Flutter pub add, paste it, Cloud Firestore. So this is the package to communicate with database. Again open project, Firebase project, click build. Here you can see we can use multiple features and we will use here storage in order to use images, to store images. Open storage, get started in test mode, next, and done. So it will create storage for us. Here we can store our files. In our case, we will store images. Now our storage has been created. So in order to use storage, there is a package Firebase storage Flutter. There is a package Firebase storage. Just copy it, open Android Studio in terminal, Flutter pub add Firebase storage. Now our package has been added. Now in order to upload images, because every user will have image, after registration user need to set his profile to upload image. For this purpose we need a package image picker. We will add package Flutter pub add image picker in order to pick images from gallery. Now we are almost done. Let me test the application. So you can see guys, while running the application, it is showing error. This is basically about Multidex. It says us to enable Multidex. You can, if you read here, app requires Multidex support. So it is giving us a link to open this link to read about Multidex. just open browser and search here Multidex Android. It will show Android official documentation to enable Multidex. Basically, this error belongs to Android. We need to open here official documentation, scroll down. Here you can see Multidex enabled true. Just copy this line and open your Android build.gradle, and in Android block, inside Android block there is a default config block, and just paste this line. Let me open Android app build.gradle, scroll down Android, and inside Android default config, here inside default config paste this line Multidex enabled true. Now again try to run application. Now you can see this time our application is running without any error. You can see it is showing logo on our splash screen. Let me remove debug banner from top right corner like this. Now removed. You can see we are on splash screen. Now here in splash screen, let me show you init function. You all know about init function. Init function always start before build function. When our splash screen will called, then init function will called. I hope you all know about init function. Now init function, here we will write code to make decision about next screen, on which screen we need to navigate. Here we will use future.delete constant duration, because we want to show our splash screen on 3 seconds. 3 seconds it will appear. After that it will make decision where to navigate. Here we need to make decision where we want to navigate. Here first of all let me use authentication, Firebase authentication, Firebase auth.instance. By using this auth we can get information about logged in user. Now here we will check if auth.current user is equal to null. It means there is no logged in user. Here from here we will navigate to our login sign up screens. And in else part it means user is logged in. Then we will navigate to our home screen. So this is logic to navigate user after splash screen. Now because now we don't have other screens, first of all let me create other screens. Here inside screens let me create login sign up screens. Here there is a folder auth means authentication. Inside auth I will create screens, login screen, import material, stateful widget, login screen. Inside we will return scaffold. In scaffold body, inside body I will use column. Inside column here first of all let me give title login. Here give me styling theme of context dot text theme dot display small. Again open splash screen. Here when user current user is null, it means there is no login user. Then I will navigate to navigate.push material page router. Here I will navigate to login screen like this. Again let me restart the application. Application restarted. After 3 seconds you can see it opens login screen. We are on the login screen. Here let me give some space above this text. sized box height 100. Now it is looking good. And let me use padding over column. Sorry, padding will be 15, for example. 15 is enough. Login here. And after that, let me use some space, sized box height 5. And here please enter email and password to get started, like this. Now you can see it is showing. I want to show everything on left side. Cross axis alignment start. Now it is looking good. After that, here I will use text form field, but before this, let me give some space. 330 text form field decoration will be input decoration. Hint will be email. I want to use email and password text form fields here. And let me create controllers for both email and password. Final email text editing controller and password text editing controller, like this. And now let me assign controller to email, my email, like this. Let me hover it and use constant. And after that, let me give some space, space of, for example, 15. And then let me just copy and paste my text form fields and change email to password, and here email to password. Now you can see we have two fields, one for email and other for password. Here we can write our email, and in password we can write any password, but we want to hide password. This you can see it is showing password, but we want to hide. Here there is a property obscure text, make it true. You can see it is showing star instead of our password. After that, again let me use some space, and after this space I will use button, elevated button in on pressed, for now empty, and child will be login, button name login. You can see it is showing. Now at the bottom I want to use the another button to open registration screen. When user will press that button, then registration screen will open. Here let me wrap my column with column again, and I will use here instead of column I will use list view and remove this line, and list view will be in expanded, like this. So this list view will take over all the screens, it will take whole screen. And after this list view I want to use an outlined button, on pressed, for now empty, child will be, here I will use don't have an account, register now. You can see at the bottom it is showing button don't have an account, register now. Let me use some space before this login button. Again open expanded, and here instead of 15 let me use 30. Now it is looking good. Now I will use form to validate my login. Here over list view you can wrap it with form, and in order to use form we need a key, form key, final, form key, global key, and type of this global key will be form state. Now assign this key to form key like this. Now we can validate our fields, our text form fields. Inside text form fields there is a function validator. It gives us input value, and here we can check if this value is empty. If this value is empty, then we will return error. Error will be please enter email. Otherwise it will return null. It will return null. Null means nothing, no error. Again, let me copy validator and paste into password fields. And here just change email to password like this. Now if I click my login, and first of all let me make both fields empty. Both fields are empty. Now if I press login, it is not showing error because we did not implemented it. Here in login, use condition if form key dot current state dot validate like this. Now again if I press login button, now you can see it is showing error in both fields. Please enter email, please enter password. So this is the way we can validate any form. Now after this, inside if condition we can call our final function to implement login. For this purpose let me create a function here. Name will be login. For example, this will be async function, and inside this I will write my whole code inside try catch block, because I want to catch errors on here. Which error is expected, which exception is expected. Here Firebase auth, I will use Firebase auth exception, catch exception. Here I will catch exception. In case of any error, I will show error in snack bar. I will use snack bar here. Scaffold messenger dot off context dot show snack bar. Here I will pass snack bar. In content, I will use text as e.message, so it can be null. So in case of null, here I will use empty message like this. And in try block I will write code for Firebase login. For this purpose, here first of all let me declare final auth Firebase auth. We need Firebase auth for this authentication purpose. Firebase auth dot instance. Here I will use my auth dot sign in with email and password. You can see it, there is a function sign in with email and password. Here we need to give email and password. We have controllers email and password. We can get text from controllers email dot text and password dot text like this. Because this is async function, here we need to use await keyword like this. Now after login, for example, we successfully logged in, then here we can navigate to our home screen. Navigate to home screen. Here we can navigate to home screen. Because we don't have a home screen, let me create home screen. And directory name will be home. Inside home, I will create my home screen. Home screen, import material, stateful widget, home screen. Or now here in scaffold I will use app bar. Title will be home. Now here we can navigate code, we can write code to navigate to home screen. material page route, and here we will use constant home screen like this. Simply we can call this login function after validating the form. Here after form validation we can call our login screen, login function like this. But before testing application we just forgot one thing. We want to show loading when the user will press login button. In order to show loading, here I will create a boolean variable loading. Its default value will be false, and when user will press the button here after validating form, I will make loading value true, so it will start showing loading. And after that, there are two situations. One situation is we successfully logged in, then we will make false this loading, and in case of any error we will also stop loading here, set state like this. Now when we will use this login, now here we will use this loading. For example, loading is true, then we want to show loading instead of this elevated button, circular progress indicator like this. When loading is true, so it will show circular progress indicator instead of elevated button, and when loading is false, then it will show elevated button like this. Now let me press login button. First of all, let me use some email abc@gmail.com and some password, and press login button. You can see it is showing loading, and now you can see it is showing error because there is no user with this email and password in our database, in our authentication. That is why it is showing error. There is no user exist. Now let me create another screen to register the user, a register screen. I will just copy and paste same screen, login screen, here in auth folder. Copy and paste login screen, and here I will name it as register screen, and here I will also change class name to login screen to register screen, uh, register screen, and here instead of login I will use registers. Here please enter name. Here I will use name, email and password to get started. Here I will use three fields, and space between fields will be same 15. And before using this, here I will create name, three controllers, name, email and password. First of all, let me assign name, and hint will be name, and in error also name like this. Now here open login screen, and there is a button. You can see don't have an account, register now. When user will press this button, we want to navigate to our register screen, material page route, constant register screen like this. Let me press this button. You can see our register screen is opened. Now here let me make some changes. Change this login button to register, and change this text. Already have an account, login here. Now here when user will press this button, we want to navigate to again into login screen, material page route, constant login screen like this. And also we need to change this function name from login to register like this. And here instead of using sign in with email and password, here there is a function create user with email and password. So it will create new user, and it will also give us a result, because we want to store this information into database, into our Firestore database. So we will get this information here. We can assign it to there is variable result. Now if you hover it, this is user credential result. It will give us a result. Now we want to store user information into Firestore database. For this purpose, we need to create a model class for user. Here inside lib, let me create folder models. Here I will create a file my user or custom user. For example, custom user class custom user, and you know every user have a unique ID, string ID, and name and email, and we want to store image also like this, and we want to store date and time when user will be created, date time created at, variable created at. Now let me use constructor custom user, and here required this dot id, required this dot name, required this dot image, and required this dot created at, like this. Now open register screen. Here for using our database we need to get reference final db firebase firestore dot instance dot collection. Here users, we want to use this reference users, and inside this users we want to store our information about current user by using this result. Here let me create object of custom user user and custom user, and here we need to pass multiple parameters. First of all, id, we need id. We can get current user id by using this result that we get here, result dot user and dot uid, unique id. Here we will get a user id, and second parameter is name. We can get this name by our name controller that we created above, name dot text. And third parameter is email. We can pass email. We already created email above, email dot text like this. And other parameter is image. Because for now we don't have image, we will create image screen later. Here we can pass empty string and created at. Here we need to pass date time dot now, current date and time. You can see it is showing error email. The named parameter email is not defined. Now let me open custom user. Why it is showing error? Because here we did not use email. Let me use it, required this dot email. Now error removed. You can see error has been removed. Now after creating our custom user object, we need to store this into Firestore database. For this purpose, here you can see we already has reference, database reference db.doc. Here we need to create document and need to pass document id. It should have a unique id. We can get unique id from our result dot user dot uid because we are storing information about user. That is why we need to store information with reference of our user ID. Here we can set and it will store data. So here you can see we need to pass map, but we have data in our custom user object, right? We need to convert this into map. How we can convert this? Again, open model class custom user. Here we can convert this data into map. Here we can create function to map. Function name will be to map, and here we can return our map. And first of all we need to give id will be id, name will be name, and email will be email, and image will be image, and created at will be created at dot to string. We will convert our date time object created at to string. So this is the function to map that return our map. This is the map. Let me mention the return type of my function, string dynamic, like this. Now again open register screen. Here in set you can see in set we can use user dot to map. You can see we can access this function to map, so it will convert our data into map like this. Again here we can use await keyword because this is async function. So in this way we can store information of current user into database. I hope you got this. After registering user we will navigate user to profile picture update screen. So you can see here we are navigating to home screen, but instead of home screen we will navigate user to upload picture. For this purpose here we will create a new directory, profile pic, and inside this I will create dot file profile pic screen, import material stateful widget, profile pic screen, and return scaffold app bar title will be profile picture, and here inside body let me use column. Inside column here I will use container, its height and width will be 200, decoration box decoration, and inside this border will be color gray for example. And now let me attach this with here in a register. After registration I want to navigate to profile pic screen like this. Now let me test it. Name, let me give name, name 1 for example, name 1, and name 1 at the rate of gmail.com, and password you can give any password. Click register button. You can see profile picture screen has been opened. It means our user has been registered successfully. Let me verify this. Open Firebase project and click authentication. You can see our user has been created here. It is showing our user, and you can open Firestore database to check user. Here you can see our collection has been created with name users. Inside collection there is a document with user ID. This is user ID, and inside this you can see user data. name, email, and created at, and image is empty. You can see because we did not upload image yet. Now we are on picture profile picture screen. Here we will upload image to our storage. Here you can see we already created container, and let me use here center wrap column with center, and here main axis alignment center, because I want to show this box in center. After this, here I want to use some space, size box height 30, elevated button on pressed for now empty, and child will be upload like this. Let me use circular here, shape circle shape. I want to show profile image in circle. So here let me use icon, for example image icon, or let me use photo. You can use any icon here. Now you can see this is area to pick image. Here let me use gesture detector over this container, gesture detector, and inside gesture detector on tab, here we can write code to pick image. For this purpose we will use image picker. Let me make this function async function. So here I will use image picker, pick image from gallery, pick. Here source, we need to give source gallery because I want to pick image from gallery, and I will store this image information into my variable result by using await keyword. And here I will check if this result is null or not. If result not is equal to null, then we can use this image. It means there is image in result. I want to store this image into a file. Here I will create file to store this image. File, it will be nullable because by default it will be null. There will be no image into this file. Image like this, and here we can assign value to this image file. You can see this result. If you hover it, this result, this is X file. We can get path from this file, result dot path, like this. And let me write this into set state because I want to update state, like this. Now this is the method to pick image from gallery. Now here inside gesture detector, here I will use condition. Here if image not is equal to null, then I will show here, let me use here I will use circle image, circle avatar to show image. Here for example foreground image, file image. Here I want to show file image, and here there is a file image like this. Now let me explain this condition. For example, if image is not is equal to null, you can see this is image. When image not null, it means user already picked an image, and we will show this image into our circle avatar. Otherwise, if there is no image, then it will show same thing that we already here. Now let me test it. Click this button. You can see gallery opened. Here we can pick any image. For example, let me pick this image. You can see it is showing image but in small case, small size. Here let me increase size, radius 50, 50, 100. 150, 120 is enough. Now you can see it is looking good. User picked image. Then we will click upload button to upload this image into storage. For this purpose, here let me create function upload async function like this, and let me use here I will declare some variables. First of all, loading by default is its value is false, and for storage, here let me create storage Firebase storage dot instance dot reference. Here reference, let me give reference users. Reference means folder. I want to create folder inside storage, and in this folder I will add my files. And let me use database Firebase Firestore dot instance dot collection users, because first of all I will upload my image into storage, and then after getting this URL of the image I will store into database. Let me show you practically here. First of all, let me use everything in try catch block on Firebase exception catch error, and here first of all I will make loading false, and after that here I will show snack bar in case of error message dot show snack bar content will be e dot message. In case of null I will show empty string like this. First of all, let me upload image, but before uploading image I want to get information about current logged in user. For that purpose, here I will use authentication auth Firebase auth dot instance dot current user like this. Now again open upload folder, upload function here inside this. Now let me try to upload file storage dot child. Here we need to give image name that we want to store, image name with unique user ID. Here if you see here in auth, this is not auth, let me change it to user, because we want to get information about logged in user. So here we need to pass user ID in child user dot uid like this, and here put file here we can upload file. Our file name is image like this, and make sure this is not null like this. Now here this is our async function. Here we need to use await keyword, and we can store this information into our result variable. If you hover result, it will give us snapshot. So for example, there is any error, then it will show here, and if there is no error, then it means our file has been uploaded successfully. Now we need URL of this image. How we can get URL of this image? We can get URL, let me use string URL result. We can get it by using result dot reference dot get download URL, and this is async function. Here we will use await keyword. Now we have URL of the uploaded image in our URL variable, and now we can store this into our database. For this purpose we already have database reference db dot document is user dot uid, and here we can update. Here you can see we can update Here we can pass our map, but we don't need whole map. We just need image. We want to upload image URL like this, and this is async function like this. Now it will upload our image to storage and get URL of this image and store into database like this. And after that, let me make loading false like this, and again navigate to push and remove until. So it means we want to close all the screens and only open our home screen. Here let me use material page route and constant home screen like this. So it will close all the screens and open home screen like this. Now when I will call my upload function, here I will check if image not is equal to null. When image is not is equal to null, then I will call upload function like this. And here I will show loading. In case of loading, I will use center child circular progress indicator. When loading is true, then I will show circular progress indicator, and when loading is false, then upload button will show like this. Now let me try to upload image. Click upload. Click upload. Sorry, we forget to show loading. Our image has been successfully uploaded, but we forgot here to start loading. Set state loading true. So this was the mistake. You can correct this by using this method. Now our home screen has been opened. It means our image has been uploaded successfully. Let me verify it. Open storage. You can see there is a folder users inside storage, and inside this you can see we have image with image name is user ID. If you click it, you can see here image. This is image. This is uploaded image, and the URL of this image is stored into our database. Let me show you. Here you can see in detail. Here you can see image URL is stored here. Now we can use this image URL to show image in our application anywhere. I hope you understand. Now we are on the home screen. On home screen, let me show you. First of all, let me center the title. And here inside body, first of all, I will show my stream builder and stream. Here stream, I will pass the stream of users. I want to show all the users inside the application here, and when we will press any user, then its chat will be opened. First of all, Firebase Firestore dot instance dot collections name is users dot snapshot like this. The second parameter of stream builder is builder context and snapshot like this. It is showing error. Let me return sized box to remove error. Now here before this one, here we will check conditions. If snapshot dot connection state is equal to connection state dot waiting, it means we need to show loading. Because connection state is waiting, here we need to show loading. Return constant center circular progress indicator like this. And second condition, let me test if snapshot dot has data and snapshot dot data not is equal to null, like this. Here we can get all the information, all the users inside our database. Here we can get final data snapshot dot data dot docs. Docs mean documents, in form of documents. We have data in form of documents, and these documents are in form of list of query document snapshot. But we need these documents into our list of users, list of our custom user. How we can convert this? For this purpose, let me create empty list of custom users, empty list. And now let me write a code to convert these documents into our. Now you can see we have a data in form of docs. We need to convert this data into our dot object, into custom user object. For this purpose, I will use for loop here. Here for here I will get one by one document doc in data, and here inside this I will convert each document into my user object. For this purpose, I will create factory constructor in my model class. Here inside model class, I will use factory constructor. I will pass my map data into this constructor, and this factory constructor will return custom user object. For this purpose, I will use factory keyword, custom user dot from map. I will pass map into this constructor, and it will return custom user. Here I am using like this, and here I will create my custom user object. First of all, I need ID. I will get my ID from map ID, and name I will get from map name, and email map email, and image map image, and last one created at, because this is our date time object. Here you can see while converting into map, we converted our created at into string. Now again we will parse this into our date time object. Here date time dot parse. Here we need to pass string map created at, like this. Now our factory constructor is ready. It will return custom user object. Now we can use it here. Here I will create custom user custom user dot from map. You can see we can access from map. Here we will pass our map. We can get map here document doc dot data. You can see its type is map of string dynamic. Like this, we can convert our map into our custom user object. Now simply we can add our user objects into users list. You can see here users dot add user, like this. Now we have a list of users here. List of users we can show here by using list view. Let me show you. Here we can use return list view. So before moving forward, let me restart the application. You can see our application stuck on the supply screen. Let me open splash screen and show you what is the issue. Here you can see this is our logic. When auth.current user is equal to null, it means there is no logged in user. Then we navigate to our login screen. Here let me use push replace instead of push replacement instead of push, because we want to replace our current screen. In else part, we will navigate our user into home screen, because in this case we have a logged in user in our application. For this purpose, let me use navigator dot push replacement, same material page route, and here constant home screen. So it will navigate to home screen. Again, if I restart the application, this time it will open home screen. You can see we are on home screen. On home screen, here we will write logic. Now we have list of users in our users variable. Now inside list view, we will create users. Here we will show users. Instead of list, here I will use users.map map, and here we need to return a widget, but let me convert this into list, and inside this we need to return a widget. Here we will use for now list style, and inside this we will use title, and title will be text e dot title name. Sorry, here we will show name of user. Now you can see for now it is showing only one user, because we have only one logged in user into our application. Here you can see this e means user, a custom user object. Here let me use subtitle. For example, subtitle we want to show email. Now you can see it is showing email. After that we will use leading. In leading we will use circle avatar. In circle avatar, background image. Here we will use network image. In network image, e dot image. This is network image. Now you can see it is showing network image. So in this way it will show all the users inside our application. For now it is showing name 1. You know there is only one user in our application, that is logged in user. But here we don't want to show a logged in user in list, right? Here we will write condition. For this purpose, here let me get information about logged in user. Final user Firebase auth dot instance dot current user, like this, and here we will check if e dot id is equal to user dot uid. If this is equal, then we will show nothing, just a sized box like this. Now you can see it is not showing logged in user. Now we will see how to log out our current user, because we want to add multiple users into our application. For this purpose, here inside app bar we will use actions. In actions we will use pop-up menu button, and inside this item builder context, and here we will return a list of pop-up menu item. For now we have only one pop-up menu item, and that is logout child logout, like this, and in on pressed we will use condition. Here we will make our current user logout. For this purpose we will write await Firebase auth dot instance dot sign out. There is a function sign out. You can see sign out. So it will log out our current user. And after that, we want to close all the screens and open only login screen. For this purpose, we will use navigator dot push and remove until. And here we need to mention our required uh, route. We want to navigate to login screen. This is our login screen. Semicolon. Now you can see here, you can see it is showing logout button in menu. Now let me test it. Click logout. You can see we are on the login screen. Again, let me restart application to verify our user has been logged out or not. After splash screen, you can see it opens login screen. It means our user has been logged out successfully. Now here we will create our second user in our application. Name to gmail.com and password. Click register. Upload image. Let me select image, any image from gallery. Click upload. Now we are on home screen. Now this time you can see it is showing only name 1 user. It is not showing name 2 user because name 2 is logged in user. Because this is chatting application and we cannot message ourselves. That is why it will not show logged in user in list. Now our next step is making chat screen. When we will press any user from here, then chat screen will open and we can chat with that user. For this purpose, again open home screen, and on home screen you can see list tile. Here inside list tile there is a property on tab. When we will press any user, then navigate to chat screen. Here let me create chat screen, new directory chat, and here uh, let me make dot file chat screen. First of all, let me import material stateful widget chat screen, and here return scaffold. In scaffold, first of all, let me use app bar title. Here in title, which will use name of user. First, here we need to pass custom user required this dot custom user, and here we can access this user by using widget dot user dot name. Here it will show name of our user. Here when we will press any user, here we will pass, we will open the screen, chat screen, and inside this we need to pass current user. Here we have a current user in E. You can see E means current user. Here we can pass E like this. Now let me press this user. If I click this user, you can see we are on chat screen, and here it is showing name of that user. Now we can chat with this user. Open chat screen. Here we will create our front end. First of all, front end. Let me create body. I will use column in body. Inside column, I will divide the whole screen in two parts. On top, I will use list view with expanded widget. Expanded Here I will use list view, and in list view I will show chatting messages of the user, and after expanded widget at the bottom I will use my message, input message and button. I will use row here, and inside row I will use text field and button, icon button. On pressed will be empty for now, and icon will be send icon. Sorry, icon, send icon. This is send icon. Let me wrap my text field with expanded widget, because this is, it will show error otherwise, like this. Now at the bottom you can see it is showing. Let me use hint here, decoration, input decoration, and here let me use hint your message, like this. Now you can see it is showing here your message, and after typing message, when user will press the button, send button, the message will send to particular user. Now here we need to use controller in order to get text from this text field. Here we will use message text editing controller, like this, and assign this controller message to our text field. And here let me use some padding, wrap my row with padding, all 15. Let me use 15. Now it is looking good, like this. Now inside list view, let me create children, and inside children here we will show our messages. In order to show messages, we will create here a widget, separate widget, name, let me create widgets, and inside widgets I will create item message, import material, stateless widget, item message. Here I will show messages. Let me create container, and inside container I will use column. Inside column here I will show message, any message, for example, how are you. Let me show some sample messages, and after that I will show here date and time. For now let me use only time, like this, and before let me use some space, size box height 5, like this. We can customize it after item message. Let me show it. If I save it, you can see it is showing how are you, this is the message. Let me use multiple times, it is showing multiple times. Now we can design our message. Here item message, decoration, box decoration, and here let me use color. In background we will use color. Let me use some blue color, for example, blue color, and with shade, with opacity 5, like this. Let me decrease it to 0.3, and here let me use border radius 10, and here I will use padding will be 50, for example, and margin also 50, 15, sorry, 15, margin is 15. And here inside column cross axis alignment will be start in start and message. Let me decrease the size of date time here. I will use style theme of context dot text theme dot body small, so it will show in small size like this. Let me increase message. How are you? Where are you? Where where are you? Like this. Now you can see it is showing message. Now our item message is almost ready. Now we will create model. Our model for message. Here inside models I will create, for example, custom message. You can give it name as message model. You can give any name, but name should be unique. Message model like this. So each message will have ID and message text or text. You can give text and uh, sender ID, receiver ID, and message time. For example, time here. So here you can see this is our message model and it has information about sender and receiver. You can see sender and receiver. But when this message will store in Firebase database, in Firestore database, then while fetching in our application, we need to filter message with any field, but we cannot filter any message with sender and receiver ID. We need another ID. We can say it user ID or owner ID. Let me use here, for example, user ID. So don't confuse with sender ID, receiver ID, and user ID. So I will explain it in more detail while sending the message. So keep in mind each message will duplicate. When we will create object of any message, then we will duplicate it because we want to show chatting on both user side. For example, there are two users, user A and B. User A send message to user B. Then on both sides we need to show chatting. For example, user A delete the chat. Then the chat on user B side will not be affected. That is why we need to store each message in duplicate form. Here, let me make constructor. I will explain it in more detail. Don't worry. Here required this dot id required this dot text and required this dot sender id and required this dot receiver id required uh, this dot user id required this dot time. You can say it date time or only time. Now our message model is ready. Open chat screen. First of all, here in send button, let me change the color of this icon. I will change it to color green. Now it is looking good. When user will type message and press the button, then we will call a function. Here let me create a function send message. This is function like this. And here inside this we will write the code in try catch block. You all know why we use try catch block in order to catch errors. Here I will use Firebase exception catch e. In case of any error we will use here snack bar to show error. Scaffold messenger dot of context dot show snack bar. Snack bar will be content. In text we will show message. In case of null we will show empty message like this. So in order to send message, first of all we need reference, database reference. Here we will use a reference of database final db firestore firebase sorry firebase firestore dot instance dot collections. Here name it as messages. There is a collection messages, and we need current logged in user information, user firebase auth dot instance dot current user, like this. We need these two informations. Now here when user will send message, we need to create object of message. Here message model, and let me create message model, message model, and inside this we need to pass all the informations. First of all we need to pass message id. We can create message id here, final id uh, date time dot now dot millisecond since approach dot toString, like this. And this is unique id, so we need a unique id for each message. Here id, we can pass id, and second parameter is text. We need to pass message here. We already have a controller msg message dot we can use text. Sorry, let me change it to message, because we already have msg message here, controller name message, so the name should not be same. And after that our next parameter is uh, sender id, because sender is current user, current logged in user, user dot uid, like this. And receiver id, to whom we are sending the message, the receiver is here. We already know, here we already passed in. Here you can see custom user, here we can get this information by using widget dot user dot id, like this. Now important thing is user id. Here which id we need to pass. For now let me pass current logged in user id, user dot uid. And last parameter is time. Here we need to pass date time dot now, like this. And here let me use await db dot doc. Here we need to pass id. And in set, here we need to pass our data in a map, in form of map. So we need to convert our object into map. For this purpose open message model again, as we already did in previous model. Create a function to map, and inside this we can return a map id. First of all id will be id, and text will be text, sender id will be sender id, and receiver id will be receiver id, user id will be user id, and at the last time will be time dot toString. And here let me mention a return type of this function to string dynamic, like this. Now we can convert our object into map, message dot to map, like this. Now our message will be added into Firebase, and we can access this message anywhere in our application. But the important thing is this user ID. When we fetch the data from our database, we will use this user ID. So that is why we need to duplicate this message. because we want to show this message on both user. For now we have logged in user name1. You can see name1 user. So we can show this message into our this user side. Here you can see on the basis of logged in user ID we can get this information, this message into our application. We can filter. Now we will duplicate this message. Let me show you where. Here just copy and paste it. Same message, and only changes will be here. You can see we are using user ID user.uid. Now here instead of this we will use widget.user.id. Only this changes, and change this name to message uh, duplicate dup, like this. And here we also need to add this message in same way. Just duplicate the line and message duplicate, like this. And here id, we also need to change id. Let me reverse the id. In Dart, how to reverse a string? We can use dot split, dot reverse, and again join. This is the way in Dart to reverse any string, because we want to reverse this id. That is why we use this method. You can see here the message is only one, but we are storing this message uh, as two objects, making two objects. The changes is only user ID, like this. This is just for filtering purpose, because we want to filter our messages by using user ID. So in this way our message will send. So after sending the message, we want to clear these text fields. Here let me use uh, message.clear. This is the method to clear the text field, like this. Now let me try this. uh, Let me type a message, how are you, and click the button. Sorry, let me call this function here. Here let me use send message. Again let me press the button. The text field is empty. It means our message has been sent successfully. Let me verify it in Firebase. Open Firebase and Firestore database. Here you can see our messages collection is created, and inside this you can see there are two messages, message 1 and 2, like this, with user information. The message text is how are you. Now we will show this into our application. Here inside this, in body, we will show in body. Here inside expanded widget we will choose stream builder. Let me use wrap with builder, name it as stream builder, and it will have two parameters. In builder it will give two things, context and snapshot. And here we need to pass future, sorry, stream. We need to pass stream. Here we need to give reference of the database. You can see this is collection messages reference db dot, but here we will use where keyword. Where keyword, where user id, because we want to filter our messages on the basis of user id. Where user id is widget dot user dot id dot snapshot, like this. It is showing error. Why? Sorry, here we need is equal to, then we need to give user id, like this. Now let me modify item message. Here we will pass each message message model into our this item message required, this dot message, and here we will show our message text, message dot text, and date time for now. Let me show you message dot time. Then we will format it again. Now here let me remove everything from list view. First of all, we will check if snapshot dot connection state is waiting. Connection state waiting, it means here we will show loading constant center. Child will be circular progress indicator, and after that, for example, snapshot dot has data and snapshot dot data not is equal to null. It means there is a data in database. Then we can fetch this data. Final data snapshot dot data dot docs in form of docs. We can get this data in form of docs. Now this data in form of list of docs, but we need data in list of our Dart object, our message model. Here let me show you, we need list of message model messages. Let me create empty list. We need to convert our docs into messages. For this purpose I will choose for loop. Now var doc in data, and here message model message, and here we will use factory constructor to convert our docs into our message model. Open message model, same like previous, create constructor, factory constructor, message model dot from map, and pass map into constructor, and here return message model like this, and here id will be map id, and text will be map text, and sender id will be map sender id, and receiver id will be map receiver id, and user id will be map user id, and last one time will be date time dot parse map time, like this. Now we can convert by using message model dot from map, and here we can pass doc dot data, and this is in form of map, like this. After that we can add into messages, and this message like this. And sorry, let me convert this into message model like this. After that, here we can return our list view, and here instead of list view, let me choose when there is no message data, we want to show empty screen. Here we will pass sized box, empty sized box, and when there are some messages, then we can show here list view, and in child we will show messages dot map, same like previous, to map to list, and here we will return our item message, and here we need to pass message in we have message in e, here e, we will pass it here like this. Let me refresh it. You can see it is showing one message, how are you. Now let me connect another device to test real-time chatting. Now you can see here I have connected my physical device. Here let me log in using credentials of name1 user, name1 @ gmail, com and password. Click login. Sorry, spelling incorrect. Gmail. Again login. Now we are logged in. Here let me open name 1 user. You can see there is a message how are you on both sides. Again let me send another message. Hello there. You can see it is showing. The messages are showing on both sides, but how we can differentiate between sender and receiver? Which message we sent and which message we received? Let me show you how we can make difference. Open item message, and here inside let me convert state less widget to stateful widget, and inside this first of all let me create user Firebase auth dot instance dot current user like this, and let me use this container with my row. I want to show this container in row. Now you can see it is showing in different way. Now I want to show the sender message. When logged in user will send message, that will show in right side, and when logged in user will receive the message, it will show on left side. For this purpose I will use logic here. Main access alignment. Here I will use user id. Current logged in user dot uid is equal to, when this id is equal to widget dot message dot sender id, then logged in user id is equal to sender id, then I will show this message on right side. I will use here main access alignment dot end, and otherwise I will choose start. Now you can see it is showing sender message on the right side and receiving messages on left side. Now I want to change color also. Here I will use same condition. When user dot uid is equal to widget dot message dot sender id, then I will choose blue color. Otherwise I will choose gray color. Gray dot shade 400 or 300. Let me use 200. Now it is looking good. You can see sender messages are in blue color and receiving messages are gray color. Let me test again on two devices. Now again let me send message. You can see, if you see on my physical device, you can see these messages are showing as blue color, because now I am a sender. And on a virtual device you can see these messages are showing as receiver, because now on virtual device I am a receiver. So this is the way we can differentiate between sender receiver. Now let me format the date time. You can see the date time is not looking good. Let me change it. For this purpose I will use Intel package. There is a package Intel. I will use it. Let me add it into our project. Flutter pub add Intel INTL. This is package. By using this package I will format the date time. Now let me use this package here inside this text. Here I will use date format and format. Here I will dot format, and here I will use my date widget dot message dot time, and here I need to pass formatting pattern. uh, I want to format my date and time by using dd uh, m where, and after that I want to show hours, minutes, and am pm. Let me refresh it. Now you can see it is showing formatted date and time for each message. So this is the way we can make chatting application and send message to any user inside our application. There is only one problem. Again, let me send a message. Here, let me send a message. Hello again, and press send. There is another problem. Our messages are not in order form, in ascending or descending order. According with date time, they are not. Let me fix open chat, and here you can see in stream where after where. Here let me use order by time according with time. Now let me test again. Now you can see disappears. It disappears because we need to make index in our database. Here if you open logcat, and inside this you can see it is showing error. Here you can see the link. Just click this link. It will open your Firebase project, and here it will say to create index, query index. This is very important. Here you can see we need to create this query index. Click save. Now you can see its status is building. It is in building status. When it will be ready, then we can use. Now you can see our status index status is enabled. It means now we can use it in our application. Now simply refresh the application, hard restart, hard reload, sorry. You can see now it is working. Now you can see this is in formatted pattern. Again let me send a message. Now you can see it is showing in good way. So in this way you can use your messages in order according with date and time. So this was the basic concept to making a chatting application in Flutter. You can customize it according with your need and add more features into this application. So if you face any issue, you can contact me. I will help you. You can add multiple features into this application. I just show you as an learning purpose. I hope you got the concept of chatting application. Okay, good luck.